Okay, so this is how I teach kids on my speech therapy caseload their phone number using backwards chaining. As you can see, I have my whole mess of Post-its with my phone number broken up into chunks. Most of the kids on my caseload can identify a single digit number. So if your students are lower skills and can only identify single numbers, you're going to need some more strips of paper. But really, these are just Post-its torn in half. So tear up a couple extra Post-its. And then you are going to go through and put a single digit on, or a group of digit on each slip of paper. So what I would do first is present the last set of digits. If you're working at the single digit level, you're going to present the last digit. But for the most part, I've found pretty good success with 2 digits. So present the last digit to the student and say, what's your phone number? And they say 67. And I do each trial 3 times. So what's your phone number? What's your phone number? What's your phone number? And they say 67 each time. And then you're going to build the next set, working backwards in the chain. So then I present the same verbal cue, so they're hearing it the same way. What's your phone number? What's your phone number? What's your phone number? 3 times. And then you're going to keep working yourself backwards. If you are able to do 2 digits, I only break up the last 4 digits of the phone number. It is a little more typical for someone to say their phone number as 1, 2, 3, 45, 67 than it is 1, 23, 45, 67. So I always teach the first set of the phone number as single digits, no matter what their skill level is on the last half. So you work backwards, presenting the same verbal cue. What's your phone number? What's your phone number? Until you've got the full phone number accomplished. And then I start covering up just the digit, so they still have that yellow Post-it as a visual cue or as a tactile cue if they're pointing. I found that having them point as they practice their phone number is a pretty helpful tactile cue, which you can just fade then as you work with them to memorize the number. So then you just start covering up backwards. So I would say, what's your phone number? And they would say 1, 2, 3, 45, 67. And you start with this back part of the phone number, and then I start moving this way, and then I start covering the whole way, much more successfully than this because I'm trying to videotape and cover at the same time, until their whole phone number is covered, and they just have the visual cue of the Post-its or the tactile cue. But by then, for the most part, it fades. I do have a couple students who still need that tactile cue of pointing to elicit each number, but we've even faded that into like tapping on their leg or just kind of tapping slightly in the air, and it fades out pretty fast.